first street in the world, and the most American. It throbs with the vitality of every city and town, every tiny hamlet, every community. It's the shopping center for 100 million people. It's Main Street. A loaf of bread, a pound of nails, a spool of thread. In countless transactions, the cash registers on Main Street record the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the 1,000 things we buy to maintain the highest standard of living of any nation on earth. How easily we take for granted the abundance that spreads before our eyes in the stores of Main Street. Do we realize as we look into the glittering windows of our community drugstore that behind them are 100 great industries whose products draw upon every remote corner of the world? Look behind the displays of your hardware merchant and see the huge steel mills as they pour out metal for hammers and hatchets and hinges. Your clothier on Main Street is the final essential link that gives meaning to the production of textiles. Yes, the products of our great industries come to the people who will use them across the sales counters of Main Street. These are the merchants of Main Street, the business and civic leaders, the men who make up our chambers of commerce and all the clubs and groups that form the pattern of our community life. These are men you know, and the better you know them, the better they know you, the better they can serve you. Like Joe Evans, the man who sells you furniture. Tom Berry, Tom handles real estate. Here's Charlie Hedge, sells lumber and other building materials. This chap is Harry Sherman. Recognize him? You should. You visit his place of business about twice a week. That's right. Harry is the merchant who runs your service station. It's important for you, your community, and for Harry, that you should know him well. That's why we're going to tell you his story and the part he plays in the life of your town. It's really more than your town, for he keeps trucks and cars rolling on the highways in every county in the land. And on every byway and every country lane, to vacation spots, places of sport and recreation. And always he brings you back to Main Street for the things you need. It's a simple thing to drive into your service station and say, "Fill her up." But it's not so simple to realize that here is the merchant of a great industry, oil. Watch the action of a modern computer pump, from the gallonage indicator to the sales computer, and realize that the motor fuel that's whirling through the flow gauge started on its miracle journey months before and thousands of miles away. Forests of steel, the rhythm of powerful pumps draw the crude oil from nature's storage deep down in the earth into the man-made storage of 500,000-gallon tanks. From storage tanks to tanker ships that transport the crude oil to the refineries. What do you see in the modern refinery? Huge towers, great cylinders, pipes, furnaces, skeletons of steel? Or do you see the romance of power? The vision and the daring that translated the pygmy equipment of the laboratory into the giant dimensions that brought gasoline and kerosene, fuel oils and lubricating oils, products for 1,000 uses, to become the servants of all the people of the world. Do you see a huge catalytic cracking unit? Or do you see modern alchemy at its mightiest, a colossus of petroleum chemistry that literally creates a new super gasoline? Millions of gallons of liquid power, tireless energy, caught in man-made controls, ready to spark into action the trucks and buses and automobiles that keep America rolling. From tanks to tank trucks to Main Street to the merchant for the oil industry. That's the story when you say, fill her up. But it's not the whole story, because there are many other products you need beside motor fuel, and a number of different services that this merchant offers. And beyond that, there's the fact that you not only drive your car to this store, but into it. So that the design of such a store is more than arrangement of pleasing lines. It is a functional plant. A retail store with a difference, laid out to care for your car quickly and efficiently. That's why there's a graded concrete driveway with convenient islands for motor fuel and oil, for air and water. That's why there's a separate place for lubricating your car. Close by, yet properly separated, there's another place to wash it. There's ample room for storage and display of most everything a motorist would need. And there's a lot you can't see, like underground storage tanks, steel and concrete foundations for the hydraulic lift. There's special equipment, like the rocking device that enables your car to be lubricated under driving conditions. The spark plug tester and cleaner, the battery tester and recharger, vulcanizing equipment, grease guns, tools of all kinds to do every type of job. Like the other merchants of Main Street, the merchant of oil owns or leases his building, and it is equipped and stocked by him at a considerable investment. Most motorists would be surprised at the long list of items which this merchant selects and carries for their service and satisfaction. For many industries besides oil depend upon him for substantial distribution of their products. For example, tires. A large part of the total output of the tire factories reaches the wheels of your car through the service station dealer and his convenient location on Main Street. He is also the largest merchandiser of the batteries you buy for your car. His sales are a major factor in keeping battery production lines moving. As merchant for these and many other industries, he plays his part in the economic life of the nation. This progressive merchant selects products of quality and value, waxes and lamps, oil filters and spark plugs, fuses, polishes, tubes, an endless variety. And so well does he merchandise these products, from fan belts to motor fuel, that in a single year, merchants like this will do more than twice the business of an average service station. A major contribution of this merchant to his community comes in his employment of men. He selects them carefully, pays them well, trains them to be competent and skilled. They must know what goes into proper lubrication. What lubricant, for what car, for what part. The right type and grade of oil is essential to motor protection, so they must know the right oil for the right car for the right season. Mechanical things too, like how to clean spark plugs, how to test them, how to gauge and adjust the points. And there are the dozen other tasks that are part of keeping your car on the road and you safe in your car. The many things that you scarcely bother to think about. Important things to you. Important to him that his men please you, that they be neat, alert, helpful. Not only for the customer of today, there's always a tomorrow. All these things are part of a pattern of service that, in a recent nationwide poll, rates men like this as the most courteous group of businessmen in America. Today, America drives down a million highways, knowing that whatever we need, he's there to supply it. Whenever we want help, he's there to give it. Whatever the weather, wherever we are, he's there to depend on. His is a major contribution to this era of modern transportation, a vital link in the chain that holds together the longest street in America. A merchant on Main Street.